Hi everyone, my name is Lost Fox and I'm here with Yami, aka Mom, aka Full Speed Ahead, into the next Animatics. How you feeling so far going through 6?
Well, that last one was emotionally a wrecking ball. But overall, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
All of these queens are very individual, powerhouses in their own right, in different ways. And yeah. Beautifully tragic, except for Anna Cleves, who just gets a palace and, you know, girl bosses for the rest of her life.
Exactly. Anna Cleves she made out like a bandit. She's a queen. But yeah,
Queen of the castle.
Queen of the castle. She is the queen of the castle. But yeah, well, we're here to continue on with our journey in 6. We're almost to the end, Mother. How does that make you feel?
Excited.
Excited for the end.
Yes.
So close. But yeah, so we're gonna go through these next couple of animatics. And we'll see where we get from there. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Captain.
And then I was beheaded. Wow, that got pretty real just then. Yeah,
Oof.
I guess it did. So since I had the worst time, and you know, by the rules of the competition, I am now the leading lady of the girl group. Hit it! You had it bad, but that was not the most heart-wrenching song we've heard this evening. Excuse me, were you not listening to my song? There were 4 choruses. That's how much I had to deal with.
Dang.
Wow, yeah, being manipulated by men and paying a price. None of us could possibly imagine what that might... Oh, wait, yeah, I did experience that. Yeah, the last 5 minutes of your marriage, Anne.
Oh.
Men have manipulated me from day one. I was literally shipped over from a foreign country, not knowing a single word of English, to marry some random dude. Oh my God, same! When Henry decided he had had enough of me, he didn't even have the decency to say goodbye.
Same. Oh yeah, same. Nice neck, by the way.
No. That was great.
One and only child had a raging fever.
This is Mary, right?
Me, her mother.
Baby Mary had the chicken pox and you were there to hold her hand, you know. It's funny because when I wanted to hold my newborn son, I died!
Dang.
Guys, I have the plague.
Oh.
Just kidding, my life's amazing.
Oh, but Anne Boleyn did have a plague. I just learned about that. She had the sweating plague.
Who else could possibly relate?
I think that's how she lost one of her babies.
Yeah, that she had a miscarriage from it or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Henry, meanwhile, escaped to the countryside. But he sent his doctor to her.
Yeah.
Oof. Adam Cleves with the phone. just.
Right, keep going. Keep going.
I mean, I think we've had enough of this competition.
Yeah. You know what, Queens? She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's time to decide who won! No, stop!
I really don't think it's a good idea.
Literally, what you want about, mate?
Like, let's see what gets the biggest cheer. being murdered by your husband or experiencing the trauma of losing a baby. Are we really going to do this? I'm pretty sure we've been doing that for the last hour, so... Miscarriages. Come on, surely that's one step too far.
You've got a conscience all of a sudden.
Grandma! I'm Catherine Parr. I draw the line in arbitrary places.
Oof.
I mean, she probably doesn't even have a story to tell.
Anime reaction. The subtitle's just anime reaction.
Yeah.
That's
This
great.
ought to be good.
Go on then, Queens. Take a seat. Cheers, Joan. So, Henry and I actually have something in common.
Yeah.
I've also had my fair share of marriages. Though,
I know
like
she was married
Henry,
at least once.
I managed to get through them without decapitating anyone.
Yeah.
Gold star for Kathy Parr. But they had this really annoying habit of passing
Dying?
away.
Yeah.
And so as well as dealing with, incapacitating grief, I also had to keep finding new husbands to avoid being ostracized.
Mm-hmm.
Tudor womanhood.
Right.
Without an end.
Ugh.
And then one day, finally I meet this guy. Thomas.
Right, because she had her eye
He
on
seemed like
someone
he might
already.
stick around for a while, and you guessed it. He turned out to be the love of my life. I know, right? We had this plan to get married, actually.
And then,
But that's when Henry
yeah.
turned up. Single and ready to make
Ugh.
the unsuspecting woman his wife.
Ugh.
Just so.
Ugh.
So, how was that? I had to write a letter to Thomas. Ending things.
Oof.
Dear Tom.
Alright, so these animatics were done by Diana and then Kalor.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was the Queen fights and Catherine Parr's introduction. What did you think so far?
I mean, so far it's lining up with what I know about her. That she was. I didn't realize that she was married to multiple men previously. I knew that she had had at least one marriage, and that he died, and that she hasn't had any children.
No children.
And at this point, I don't think Henry's really looking to have any more children, so I don't think that's really a problem for him at this point. But maybe at least someone to attend to his remaining children. to Mary and Elizabeth and Edward.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He was looking, so after, she had 4 husbands.
4. Snap! This poor woman.
So before she met Henry, she only had 2. He had Sir Edward Bureau and then John Neville. Both had died.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then she was going to marry Thomas, but then Henry showed up.
Yeah.
But what Henry was looking for after he killed his last Catherine is he was looking for a woman that he knew the relationships of. So basically, he didn't want to be surprised by, oh, she's had all these other men. So he purposely was looking for somebody that he could track how many people she's slept with, how many relationships she's had.
Right.
And that was Catherine Parr. She had her unofficial title was she was known as the most married English queen. So he was looking for someone that he could track and know all of her encounters.
Dirty secrets.
All her dirty secrets. And she's been married twice, and then they both had died twice. And then Henry was looking for someone.
But she was dutiful in her marriages.
Yeah, she was dutiful. Yes. She took care of everything. And she did a really good job. And then obviously Henry was like, that one, we'll pick that one. And that's why he picked Catherine Parr.
And it doesn't matter that she already had her eyes on someone.
Doesn't matter.
Because she quite liked.
Yeah. Which...
Because this
we'll
is
get
Henry the Eighth, King of England.
We'll get into that afterwards, but we'll get into him later.
And this isn't the St. Thomas, because he was executed too, right?
Yeah. So everyone that slept with the Catherine before was also executed.
Does that include her music teacher and all that?
If they found him, I believe so. Because I know he was on a killing frenzy. He was on at that point he was just pissed. Like they round him up so bad that he just killed so many people at once.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. If he found that music teacher and he had him killed, I don't mind that one. You get this one, Henry.
You get this one. But yeah, so. But yeah, I can't. I'll put it in here in the future. Future Fox will find it if
Future Fox is on the case. I mean, technically, he wouldn't have committed a crime at that point.
Yeah.
He certainly committed an ick. But I guess it wasn't a crime yet. Ugh.
Yeah. I believe, if I remember correctly, for Anne, he also killed Anne's brother because apparently there were a report of relations with that. Because they were close. Yeah, that was a thing.
What?
Yeah, so when he murdered his second wife, one of the things that pushed over the whole thing is that his advisors were like, she's so close to this other man, her brother. And they executed him too.
Did he know that it was her brother?
Yeah.
Henry, honey, no, I know that you're royalty, but not everyone's like that.
Yeah.
Ew. Jesus!
Just a, something's. I forgot to mention it in Anne's video. There you go. There's a small little. What the fuck, Henry?
Right.
You were like, I'll give you this one, and then I'll immediately take it away.
Oh, also, this Catherine is named after Catherine of Aragon, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, because her mother was in Catherine of Aragon's court or something-ish?
Something like that, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. She was named after the woman that she eventually took the place of. Not that she wanted to, but you know.
No. Man.
You know I love you, boy, in every single way. Though I love you, boy, I'll miss you every day. Oh, I love you, boy. I wish that I could stay with you and keep the life I made with you. And even though this feels so right,
So she gets more of a ballad like Jane Seymour.
I'm holding back the tears tonight. It's true, I'll never be over you, 'cause I have built a future in my mind with you. And now the hope is gone, there's nothing left for me to do. You know it isn't true, but I must say to you that I don't need your love, no. I don't need your love, no. It'll never be better than it was, no. choice. With the king I stay alive, never had a choice. Been a wife twice before just to survive. I don't have a choice. If Henry says it's you, then it's you. No matter how I feel, it's what I have to do. But if somehow I had that choice, no holding back, I'd raise my voice. I'd say, Henry, yeah, it's true. I'll never belong to you. 'Cause I am not your toy to enjoy till there's something new. As if I'm gonna give up my boy, my work, my dreams to care for you. Ha! Darling, get a clue. There's nothing you can do. I don't need your love. No.
Wouldn't it have been wonderful if she could have done that?
I don't need your love. No, no. There's nothing left to discuss. No, no. But I don't need your love. No, no. But I can't say that. Not to the king. So this is goodbye. All my love, Catherine. So I sent that letter to my love, got married to the king, became the one who survived. I told you about my life, the final wife. But why should that story be the one I have to sing about? Just to win, I'm out. That's not my story. There's so much more. Remember that I was a writer. I wrote books and psalms and meditations.
She was?
For female education, so all my women can independently study scripture. I even got a woman to paint my picture. Why can't I tell that story? 'Cause in history, I'm fixed as one of six, and without him, I disappear. We all disappear. So we had no choice, but now it's us alone. So we've got no choice. No, we've got no choice.
We're taking back the microphone.
I'm gonna raise my voice. They always said we need your love, but it's time for us to rise up. It's not what went down in history, but tonight I'm singing this for me. Henry, yeah, I'm through. Too many times it's been told, and I've had enough. Now the stories soon get old, and you might think it's tough, but I got to let your love run cold. We're taking back control. You need to know I don't need your love.
Oh, this is fantastic.
No, I don't need your love.
I love this. I love that this is how it ends. Man.
So this is done by Gigi, which is a name we should all know and love.
Yes. I see God Games came up in the next thing here.
Yeah.
Woo.
Gigi, Gigi, these are actually unlisted. I found them on accident in a playlist, and I went. So I
Oh,
wanted to make sure
lucky.
Gigi's. was very lucky. I was like, oh my god.
We
So,
love
but
Gigi
Gigi,
here.
we do love Gigi. Gigi, she just had. They have my favorite art style. I love it really much. But so this is done by Gigi, which is our familiar face from the past. But this is talking about Catherine Parr. Obviously, yeah. So she wrote books. She wrote a lot, which ironically was the reason that she has the ability to write and be able to do all this stuff was because of Catherine of Aragon. Because Catherine of Aragon fought for women to at least learn to read.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, not only is she named after Catherine of Aragon, it was
But
because
she
of Catherine of
continues her
Aragon
legacy.
that she got to continue her legacy and fight for women to read and write and learn stuff and learn scriptures and like just be able to do so much. And yeah, she got a female artist to paint her picture.
That's beautiful. Oh my god.
Like,
female artists in history, like, it's so hard. It's so hard. Like, they existed, but because
100%.
they weren't allowed to like pursue art academically or professionally or anything, like it makes it so hard to actually find them.
100%.
It's so why? I
'Cause
hate. I know. And I don't want
I
to say
can't-
that I hate men. I don't hate men. But I do hate patriarchal. What am I trying? What are the words I'm trying to say?
I'm
I
not
hate-
sure, but I have an idea. I know
You
what
know what I'm
mean,
trying to
but
say.
I also don't.
I hate
I
anything, any society that decides that women are less than and tries to suppress us. Because then you end, it's not that men can't do amazing things, they can, but so can women, and so you end up tying the hands of half your population. You could have had so much more if you were just like
Better.
yes, just us supporting each other instead of trying to push us down to make them feel better. Man.
I'm sorry.
Ugh.
I
And
can't
then you-
control other men. Sorry.
No, we can't. We can't. Ugh. It's just so sad because then we find out these amazing things that women did, and the only reason we can even find them out is because they were attached to horrible men, or sometimes wonderful men. The point is that they had to be somehow attached to a man in history for most of the time for us to find anything about them.
100%, yeah. I know I don't remember how I know this information, but there was an artist. Her father was an artist, so then she became an artist.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fight for her.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she is known for being very graphic about assault
Mm-hmm.
because she was assaulted. So then she decided, fine, that's gonna be my entire fucking personality. And her art is really, really good. But it also is just very, very, oh, ow.
Yeah.
And she made sure to make sure everyone felt uncomfortable.
Good.
Everyone. And I love her about that.
Good.
She's like, everyone didn't really like her, and she kept bouncing from place to place, but her art still lived.
Good.
But yeah, so back to, Catherine Parr.
Yes.
So she survived, barely. I would like to
Barely.
preference-
Okay.
He almost got the eye. Near his end of his life. She had said something that offended him, and she had to beg for her life, but he almost killed her. And he had already had someone else lined up.
Henry.
Yeah, there would have
Ugh.
been 7.
Man.
Yeah, but she had said something that pissed him off, and she begged for her life, and she managed to live. And she managed to be his final wife. So yeah, she survived barely, but she survived.
And then you say she had a 4th husband? She married again after Henry?
Yeah, she married Thomas.
So she did marry Thomas!
So after the Henry died, she just did not keep the crown. She just handed it to his son and went, bye.
Snap! Alright, bye!
But she did help raise his 2 daughters. At this point they were adults.
Right.
So Thomas isn't the greatest.
Oh.
He
Okay.
he has been. There might have been a possibility because at this time Mary was very much older and was off doing her own thing.
Right.
So Anne's daughter, I believe Elizabeth, was left a lot. She stayed a lot with Catherine of Parr after the marriage, and then at some point moved in with Anne of Cleves after possibly being assaulted by Thomas. And Catherine not doing anything to stop her.
Catherine.
Yeah. She's not... I don't know
not
if she was
perfect.
she's not perfect. I don't know if she was unaware of it. But Thomas is not great.
Ugh. But hey,
And-
Anne of Cleves, great person to run to afterwards.
Yeah. Very much. A great person to run to.
Yeah.
Her and Elizabeth, I believe, really bonded a lot. She took in a lot of Anne of Cleves. So how it happened, and which I think is funny from this point on in history. Obviously Henry's son took the throne.
Right.
He had big plans, but didn't make it. There
And
was the
his
1 week queen.
plans were completely contradictory to Mary's plans, correct?
Yes. Because Mary is very Catholic, while her brother was very Protestant, and then they clashed a lot. And poor Elizabeth is in the middle of it, like, can we just have one holiday where we don't...
Guys, I just want to have a Christmas dinner where nobody's trying to kill each other. Oh, man.
100%. It was... But, so he had this big military plan, but obviously it didn't happen. And he ended up falling sick and then dying. And then we had the 1 week
even
queen.
though he survived, he was never really a strong kid, right?
Yeah, he was never really a strong kid. And then obviously the 1 week queen, and then Mary took over. And then Mary had this whole huge plan.
Jane, what was Jane? What was her last name?
I don't remember what Mary's full thing is.
No, not Mary, Jane.
Jane Seymour?
No, the 9-day queen, Jane.
Oh, the 9-day queen. Hold on.
The other Jane.
The other queen, Jane Grey.
Jane Grey, Lady Jane Grey. Yes.
Lady Jane Grey. Sorry, I was like Jane Seymour. Sorry, my brain's still in 6.
It's okay. It's all right.
So Jane Grey, she
yes.
was the 9-day queen, and then Mary took over, and Mary had this whole plan, and then she reversed everything, so it went from punishing Catholics to punishing Protestants, and just she married a Spanish husband.
She kept Jane for a little bit before deciding that no, we have to kill her.
Yeah,
which was unfortunate. Jane never wanted that to begin with.
Not initially.
She was just kind of pushed into it.
Yeah. But she murdered Jane. She got the throne. She married a Spanish husband of the Catholic Church. She thought she was pregnant. Turns out she wasn't pregnant. And then possibly died of cancer.
So, like, what? she definitely wasn't pregnant at all, like no miscarriage. She just
wasn't
wasn't
pregnant. It was actually a tumor that was growing inside her. That's her cancer.
So okay, so like ovarian cancer or uterine cancer, something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Man.
But she had felt the bump and assumed it was pregnancy.
No.
And then when the doctors went to go and look, it was not.
Honey.
And then she started to lose mental facilities sometime after that.
Oh, that sucks.
And her husband just kind of bailed back to Spain.
Well, Jesus, bye.
And then, obviously, the final of Henry's child, Elizabeth, took the throne.
Yeah.
And she refused to get married. She took Anna Cleeve's book and went, no, I'm not getting married.
Yeah.
She was known as the Virgin Queen.
Mhm.
And she kind of, it was like she was the middle ground between Catholics and Protestants. She kept the peace, and she didn't marry. She just kept the country going. And so when obviously she passed, one of her cousins ended up taking the throne.
And
But
I think
she,
like, was there
she
any
lived the
speculation on whether she was actually a virgin or not? Like, I feel like I remember something about that. But regardless,
There
like,
was-
she never got married. She never had kids. She never
Yeah.
abdicated to a man.
There, like, whether or not she was actually a virgin, we
Right.
don't know. Like, there's a good chance that she wasn't a virgin, like 100%. But she never got married. She never had kids. She never did anything other than keep the peace and just keep ruling. And she lived the longest out of all of Henry's kids.
Good for her.
And so when she had run to Anna Cleeves, she just adopted Anna Cleeves' lifestyle and just went for it.
Good for her, man. Like, I'm here for it. Yeah. No beheading people. No, like, any
People,
of that.
no prosecuting people for their religious views.
Yeah. No,
She
no
just
putting
kinda-
no marrying a man just so that she can do what he wants to do. Like, she's
Exactly.
just, yeah. She did
did
her
none of
job, and
Uh-huh.
that was it.
Yeah.
All right.
She did a really good job. I think her name is
Good.
Elizabeth. I'm double checking.
Yes, it's Elizabeth.
Okay,
remember
right.
that.
Awesome. Mary Elizabeth, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I remember his daughters. I don't remember
Yes.
his son.
Edward.
I watched a whole Edward. Right.
Yes.
I watched a whole
Why am
documentary.
I remembering?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like, I watched an entire
That.
documentary about Edward, and yet I could not remember his name.
I deserve points for that. I remembered names and Fox didn't.
I've never been good with things. Oh no, I'm good with faces. Ah.
Oh, I'm not good with faces. I don't look at people's faces when I'm out.
I look at people's faces, but I couldn't tell you like the color of their eyes or if they had freckles.
What color are my
Silence them.
eyes?
Green. I know that
Good.
because you told me.
They're also green.
We're twinsies.
Yeah.
Mine are also green. We're twinsies. Twinsies.
Yeah.
This was Casting Parr. we went a little bit into her backstory and the history that follows her. But yeah. Anything else you want to know about before we end?
Don't think so. I think we covered everything that I can think of, at least.
That you can think of. I guess, small detail, she was the first woman in English to publish an original work under her own name.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she died in 1548. I don't remember how old she was when she died. But apparently she was pregnant and she died giving birth.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
That
surprise.
sucks.
Yeah, she got married to Thomas, married with him for a year, got pregnant, and then died in childbirth. be fair, if I remember correctly, she was pretty old when she got pregnant. So, which I don't
At
think was
that
the
point,
plan.
yeah.
I don't think that was the plan.
I mean, she'd
honestly.
already been through 3 husbands, and I don't know if anything actually happened with Henry. Like, I remember the historian that I listened to saying that she was at least trying to make herself attractive while she was married to him. Like that she would freshen her breath with cloves and musk and whatnot, whatever was the common breath freshener at the time, and this and that. But I don't think much happened between them. And then I don't know how long she was with her first 2 husbands before they died, but at this point, like, I wonder if she had to be wondering if she could even have kids. So for her to finally get pregnant at an older age and then just die, because even if you go into labor when you're younger, back then it was so up in the air whether or not you or your child would survive.
But yeah, she did name her before she died. Her only child, she named it after Mary. But she died from childbed fever, which was what caused a lot of people to die.
Does that mean that she died from an infection that she got during, which means that she died from getting infected by the doctor or whatever, because they didn't wash their hands?
Yeah, 100%.
Those damn doctors.
I don't know if her child made it. Because there's not much said about them. They just say when that they were born and then their mother died, but it doesn't say whether or not the child lived or how old they lived too. So
that sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess at that point she wasn't queen anymore, so why bother documenting this random woman now?
Yeah, like she didn't have, like, her child didn't have any rights to the throne, so no one really cared. So, who knows?
Sucks.
Oh, yeah. It sucks, yes. But yeah, that was Catherine Parr. She did a lot of things. But yeah, we're gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. We got we have enough for one more video of 6. And yeah. I hope to see you all next time. If you want to subscribe for more content like this, please do so. We're probably going to react to, I don't know what else in the future. Of lots of plans. I know Yami has plans. If we can ever get Yami to work on their plans.
Procrastination is my... Well, no, it's not my middle name. I already go by my middle name.
But yeah.
Procrastination is my last name. I don't know. Procrastination's somewhere in there.
Yami procrastination. Oh no.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Good boy, everyone.
Bye, everyone.